Welcome to the Fleet Center for today's Division II State Finals featuring the Duxbury Dragons and the Gloucester Fishermen. J.D. McCackman, Bob McGunchy, Tosh Balzay to bring you the action from New England Cablevision. The scene is set. The crowd is ready. Gloucester's own Jennifer McKay, a fantastic rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. And what more can you say? State final action. What every kid that ever puts on a uniform anywhere dreams of, to come in here to the Fleet. The fishermen have done it. The road, with the exception of Saugus, hasn't been that difficult, but the Duxbury Dragons stand in the way of what the fishermen hope will be their second title. First one in 93, and back here in 1998 and 93, we were next door in the Garden. 98, we're here in the Fleet Center, and set to bring you the action. Muniz, Parsons, Fontero. The line for the fishermen. Defense will see Tucker and Kyle Curley face off long. Rolls in on Norcross in the net. Puck rolls back into the Gloucester net. Duxbury's goaltender is Greg Norcross. Muniz on the rush. Shot. Probably hit a skate, deflected wide. We got a kind of a high vantage point. We're going to try to get down a little bit lower between periods, but this is where we got to start. We're in the balcony, and you know you're in trouble when it says 7th floor on the way up. Puck cleared out of the Duxbury end, back to center ice, dumped in by DePretri, and we have a whistle as had an offside face-off from outside the blue line. Second line out for the fishermen. Kevin Riley centering Mike Palazzola. Peter Kuchar on this side. Gloucester's fine goaltender, Peter Cetera. Dumped in by Duxbury, but cleared back out again by Steve Curley. Now Duxbury. We have a whistle. We're going to have trouble way up here picking up whistles. That we'll try. Face-off controlled by Duxbury. Duxbury comes in, if you looked at a program, you see them with a 9-6-2 record. Apparently that should have been 11-6-2. Administrative snafu. Riley shot, hits a skate. Glass here in the Fleet Center high, so that defenseman knocked over by Duxbury. Duxbury back, and shot, saves Cetera. He looks over his left shoulder, but went over his right shoulder. Duxbury with a good rush. Riley clears it around, but not out. Kept him at the point. Bouncing puck, eludes a Duxbury skater right out in front. Now skated out of the zone by Kuchar. Kuchar through center ice. Kuchar checked. Puck up against the board. Kuchar stays with it. Now Duxbury can't clear it out. Yes, they say they did. Tucker right along the blue line. Gloved the puck. Third line for the fishermen is out. Should be Orlando centering Keith Amiro on this wing. Matt Borowski wing on the other side. Tucker and Kyle Curley, the two defensemen for the fishermen. Puck along the boards. Now shot deeper into the Duxbury end. Borowski with a check. Loose puck is picked up by Amiro. He tried to put it in front, but Duxbury had that covered up. Now Tucker's able to keep it in, but cleared out quickly by Duxbury. And back comes Curley. His shot broke it up. Curley's stuck in the zone as he got knocked down. Gloucester had to clear the zone. Now they'll come in. Duxbury, it has eluded Tucker at the point. Now they'll say it's outside. Couple of, judging by the fact they're called the Green Dragons, we'll say green shirts. Duxbury in the dark green. Gloucester, the higher seed. Gloucester came into the tournament as the number 3 seed in the North. As we said, the road here to the Fleet Center has been an interesting one for the fishermen. Duxbury from behind the Gloucester net, tries to center it, they can't. Parsons on a rush, Parsons with some jump, shot, Cross makes a skate save. Far side. Checked and out of the zone. First line on for both teams. Puck picked up by Del Preti. Shot, Del Preti wide, near side. Kept in by Fogier. Shot goes wide by Del Preti again. Kept in by Duxbury down deep. Broken stick on the ice, belongs to a fisherman. So they're down a stick. And now finally cleared out deep. This will be icing. Now they take it off, okay. Gloucester changing up, intercepted, a clearing pass, but they're going to say offside. Fisherman, so face off outside the blue line. 11:34 remaining in the first period. We are high above rinkside. We apologize for that. We'll try to work our way down lower. We don't have the sophisticated cameras that networks might have. So hopefully we can get a better perch for the last two periods. We're going to have to do a quick change. We haven't got much time to move the equipment, but we'll see what happens. Riley on the draw for the fisherman. Duxbury controls it, skates through center ice. Centering pass, backhanded shot, hits off the skate. Now puck far corner. And in front, couldn't be handled by Duxbury. It was Wigmore that couldn't get anything on it. Now Tucker, far side, Palazzola, and a tussle over there. Now Kyle Curley has Kuchar up the right wing. That's intercepted by Duxbury. Taken back by Curley. Zarella loses for Duxbury. Picked up and up the left side. Shot on Cetera. Save. Rebound. Shot wide. Shot in by Duxbury from their own zone. Right back out again by the fisherman. No icing. As Borowski, excuse me, that's not, yes it is. No, excuse me, Jason Orlando, 5, not 6. Borowski tries to pick up the loose puck, he can't. Puck picked up by Duxbury, shot towards the Gloucester end. I say no icing going back that way as Bertolino avoids a check. Duxbury shot broken up by Borowski. Duxbury first to it as the puck went all the way back in the Duxbury end. As Borowski smothered a shot from the point. Now Bertolino dumps it in wide. Far side. Skated out, but not all the way by Duxbury. Shot back in by Steve Curley. Parsons as Muniz goes down for the fisherman. Far side Duxbury. A little dangerous pass and bouncing puck gloved by Norcross. Duxbury made a pass from off the boards and it was a bouncing puck and a little bit of a dangerous situation and almost an advantage for the fisherman. Norcross gloves it. Now Fontero's going to take the draw for the fisherman and they better pick up Muniz because he could walk in, but it goes wide. Shot wide of Norcross by Muniz. Puck loose. Parsons make that Muniz, can't get a stick on it. Now set it for Parsons. Couldn't quite get control. A little high up to pick up 14 and 44. Opportunities for the fishermen. Now Duxbury comes back. Heath shoots it in deep for Duxbury. Now right back around to this side. Now puck out to center ice. Picked up by Parsons. Parsons has Fontero with a long shot. Hit a skate as Gloucester wants to change. Kelly with Duxbury. Kept in by Riley though. Now Kelly again. Back to center ice. Shot in off a Duxbury player. And long shot, which Cetera will leave for Kyle Curley, who bangs it off the boards. Kuchar picks up the loose puck. Kuchar, center ice. He drops it into the Duxbury end. Palazzola goes after it. Duxbury gets there first. Palazzola with a check. Zarella Centering pass goes wild, and Riley picked it up. Riley got checked immediately. Now far side. Steve Curley kicking at it, kicks it loose, picked up by the fisherman. Palazzola trying to walk in, the cross makes a save. Checked along the boards, puck though ends up behind the net. Palazzola shoots it out through center ice. He was hoping there was somebody there, but there wasn't. They say no icing. And fisherman in a scramble back there. Steve Curley comes up with it, finds Kuchar. Kuchar, center ice, long shot, hits off the skate, picked up by Kuchar as Duxbury gets a little sloppy along the blue line. Now puck loose on the far side. Back to Tucker for the fisherman. He shoots it in, which Gloucester seems to want to shoot it in wide and go in after it. That's Borowski with a check. Borowski gets tied up. Puck. Alondo has Borowski in front. Can't get it to him. Now up the boards, and away comes Duxbury. They got a 1-on-2 as Amero dumps. That was Wigmore that got dumped by Amero. Shot back to the point, pass back to the point, I'm sorry, shot from the point. And back come the fisherman. Borowski avoids a check. Amero picks up the loose puck for Gloucester. Tries to center it, has Zolando there, but doesn't quite get out to him. Now Duxbury tries to get it out of the zone. Muniz is out there, skate save, and we have a whistle. As Muniz got dumped. Let's see what we have. And they're going to say stick above the shoulder. So the face-off will come deep into the Gloucester end. 6:30 remaining in the first period. We are scoreless. Fast-moving first period. Muniz ready to take the draw for the fisherman. Del Preti for Duxbury. Puck in the corner. Now up to Frontero. Frontero has Parsons far side. Parsons deep with Muniz breaking. Muniz tied up. Puck in the far corner. Parsons, good job trying to get it to Muniz, but Muniz was tied up. Now Muniz just got dumped in front of the net. No whistle. Duxbury trying to take the pressure off, but Bertolino backhands it wide. Muniz first on it. Muniz for Frontero. Frontero behind the net, picked up by Duxbury. Behind their own net. Check along the boards. Muniz comes up with the puck. Hit a Duxbury player right in the chest. Puck picked out of there by Parsons. Couldn't get it to Muniz. Now back comes Duxbury on the rush. Long shot, Cetera gets a piece of it up over the net. Long rebound, Muniz tried to find Frontero, can't connect. Curley gets stumped, Steve Curley. Centering pass, Palazzola got a piece of it. We have a whistle, a jam up in the crease. Palazzola got a piece of the puck. Norcross got his glove on it. Riley was right there if there's any kind of a rebound. There wasn't. Face-off will come to Norcross's left. As get a good look at the replay internally. We had a little problem with having to relocate the van, so we should have Tosh Balzay down below working on getting us some, hopefully, pictures of Gloucester goals we can splice into our production. Riley and Kuchar. Now Tucker and Riley. Riley ducks a check. Kuchar picks up the loose puck. Kuchar gets dumped himself. Palazzola and Kelly tangle along the boards. Now it comes back to Palazzola. Palazzola tried to center it for Kuchar. Hit a skate going through. Kuchar couldn't get to it, but Tucker able to keep it in. But now it's skated out of there by Duxbury, but a long pass doesn't connect. Kyle Curley goes back after it. Duxbury picks up the loose puck, though, in the Gloucester end. Curley check along the boards under Lisi. Picked up by Duxbury, back to the point. Shot through a screen. Doesn't get all the way through. Loose puck. Palazzolo shoots it out of the zone. This won't be icing. The cross indicates no icing. Puck is picked up by Romano. Romano gets checked, and Romano lays a check on Orlando as both teams looking to take the body out here. Borowski back to Curley. His pass is intercepted. Left shot. Cetera deflects it over into the corner. Didn't have all that much on it. Cetera had a good look at it. Put it over in the corner. Didn't want to leave a rebound, I'm sure. Now Gloucester. That's Borowski. That's broken up. Bouncing puck. Shot from straight on by Nigerian. And Cetera makes a save. 3:27 remaining in the first period. And definitely a fast-paced period, to say the least. Face-off will come to Cetera's left. Head coach Dana Knowlton behind the bench, talking to his players as they come off. Steve Curley for the Fishermen. Now Parsons, backhanded pass off the boards. Now Parsons and Frontero come up with a loose puck. Meniz drops it for Parsons. Parsons gets back-checked. But Parsons comes up with it, tries to put it in front, can't. Now Parsons again, Frontero. Frontero checked from behind. And Duxbury can't clear it out of there. Kept in by Steve Curley, but now finally comes clear for Duxbury. Behind the Gloucester net. We're under 3 minutes in the first period. 2 play. We are scoreless from the Fleet. Parsons far side. Parsons eludes a check. Parsons shot up over the glass. Parsons, nice job. Avoided a check just inside the blue line. But his shot, I am sure, hit a stick and deflected up over the glass into what are obviously Fisherman fans. See yellow slickers and yellow hats. Gloucester brought a huge contingent here, as we expect. The entire loge area filled with Fisherman fans as we await the face-off to the right and across. Riley tries to leave it for Sherman. Tucker can't control it. Covered up back there by Curley. That bounced off a stick. And in deep, Duxbury, two Duxbury players ran into one another. Now back comes Sherman. He backhands the puck deep into the Duxbury end. Gloucester finishes its shift change. Tucker, we have a whistle. Fast-paced game. A couple of the Duxbury skaters look either a little winded or maybe feeling the effects of some of these body checks that the Fishermen are laying out. But Duxbury not backing away from that. Orlando on the face-off for the Fishermen, controlled by Duxbury. Now, Bolger shot. That would have been wide. Skate save by Cetera. Now back through center ice. Comes Orlando. Borowski's going to try to chase it deep. Kelly, far side. But not out. Now finally it comes out. But Duxbury picks it up as his shot right back in again. Shot wide of Cetera. All the way out of the zone as Parsons walked into a check as the puck, I think, hit somebody maybe on the Gloucester bench. Minute 23 remaining in the period. Face-off just outside the blue line. Meniz takes the face-off for the Fishermen right in front of his own bench, but controlled by Duxbury. They shoot it into the Gloucester end. Now it goes around behind the Gloucester net. Parsons overskates it. Back comes Duxbury's shot. Hit somebody going through. Didn't get all the way through to Sotera. Bouncing puck. Far side for Parsons. Parsons has Fontero. This will be icing. We're under a minute left in the period. We have a message or two here from the MIA. It's too fast-to-pace action to get them in. And face-off will come back to Sotera's left. Neither team changing, so we'll have to wait on the MIA messages. Face out to Sotera's left, controlled by Muniz. Shot around, back behind the net by Curley, but kept in by Duxbury. Now Fontero, down to 40 seconds. Fontero broke it up. Parsons shoots it deep. Far side for Duxbury. Checked, but along the boards goes Dilprete. Dilprete taken down by Parsons. Loose puck picked up by Heath, but Duxbury has somebody breaking for the net. Couldn't get it to him. Down to 20 seconds. Back come the Fishermen. One last rush, possibly Fontero at center ice, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Now Muniz picks it up. Muniz with 10 seconds. Muniz tries to swing the defenseman. Picks up the puck right in front. They tied Fontero up. Duxbury clears it out of there. This should end the first period. It does. At the end of one period from the Fleet Center, we are scoreless. We'll be back with second period action.
Continuing Gloucester Dive success story, Ellen Bevins.
Remember this bikini? You know, the one that Fred likes so much. Am I gonna wear this on camera? You've got to be kidding. Well, I could, because it fits. Sorry, honey.
Welcome back to the Fleet Center. Second period action about to get underway. We are scoreless from the Fleet. Bob McGlinchey, J.D. McCackran set to bring you second period action. If we look like we're in the same place as we were in the first period, we are. We decided to stay put. Hopefully we're getting a sufficient picture that justifies the Division II finals. The action in the first period definitely up and down. Also, we've got Tosh Balls A out there someplace. Hopefully to pick up a good look at the Gloucester goals. But first period, shots on net, 6 for Duxbury, 3 for the Fishermen. Neither goalie really tested. Duxbury, good job times when the Fishermen looked like they could make something happen of tying up whoever the Fishermen had around the net area. Puck into the Gloucester enders. Gloucester now going from our right to left. Parsons gets dumped. Penalty-free first period. And again, good action up and down, but both teams protecting their goalie pretty well. And the shots were not that. This 2-on-1 for the Fishermen, though. Muniz puts the Fishermen on top with a nice goal up and on crosses. Left shoulder. Puck got loose at center ice. Muniz picked it up. Muniz is a goal scorer, and he puts the Fishermen on the board. 36 seconds into the second period. Gloucester takes a 1-0 lead. Pretty goal by Bob Muniz. Wait for the replay, see if we can pick up the assist on that. Puck got loose. Muniz, beautiful look on the replay as the cross slid to his right. Muniz saw the open spot up over his left shoulder, far side, puts it in the corner, and Gloucester leads it a 1-0. They're a little worse on numbers than I am. Shot right back on Terry, makes a glove save, wants to leave it, but he can't. They give it to the wrong person. Obviously, Maniz on the goal. They misread the 44. Here we go. I believe the assist goes to Curley. Not sure on that. Back come the Fishermen. Dump it down deep. Puck loose on the side of the net. Palazzola gets to it. His shot hit somebody up over the net. Kuchar on the far side. Fishermen with a little jump here to start the second period. They have taken a 1-0 lead. Goal by Maniz. Loose puck. Riley can't get there as he got tied up. Bertolino chases it down. And puck kick loose. Steve Curley back there covering up, though, for the Fishermen. Bertolino comes back, picks it up. Loose puck, picked up by Duxbury. One-on-one. Shot. Satara, glove save! Best save of the game, Peter Satara. Loose puck picked up by Duxbury. Got plenty on it, but Satara, with the good glove hand, makes the save. There it is again on the replay. Face-off back to the point. Put in wide now, right out in front where Duxbury cannot pick it up. Picked up by Borowski. He comes back to center ice. Borowski avoids the check. Borowski walking in. Puck loose. Borowski's shot was saved on the rebound by Curley. Kyle Curley. Deflection goes wide. Puck over here to the near side. Amiro. Now in front is Orlando. And Curley! His shot goes wide. From the point, we have a whistle. Puck on the back of the net. And the Fishermen, it looked like Duxbury at the end of that first period might have been a little back on their skates, a little tired. And the Fishermen came right out here in the second period, put pressure on. Paul Meade puts them on the scoreboard. And Gloucester maintaining the pressure. Just over 2 minutes played in the second period. Meade's back on again. Passes the Frontero's wingmates. Puck far corner for Duxbury. Along the boards and out to center ice where Tucker picks it up. To Frontero, now back to Tucker. Tucker shoots it back into the Duxbury end where Duxbury comes out with it. Loose puck. Into the Gloucester end. Shot hit off of Curley in front. And good job by Tucker. Over on the far side is Daniels was right there for Duxbury, but Tucker kept his stick tied up. Parsons and Meade can't quite work the passing combination. And now we have a whistle. And I think we may have our first penalty of the game. Let's see what we have. Apparently not. The signal may have been a hand pass. Okay. I think we have hand pass was the signal. Sherman gets dropped. Puck flipped back towards the Duxbury end. Picked up by Riley behind the Duxbury net. Off the back of the net. Puck, as we have a whistle. Puck ends up in the net, but clearly after the whistle. The cross ends up in the net also. Riley shot it off the back of the net. Then it ended up getting hung up on the net. Bouncing puck. We're watching a replay, and after the whistle, Fisherman, somebody was in the crease and on top in the cross. Riley did put the puck in the net, but didn't count. Shot from the point, hits a skate. That was shot by Bertolino. Bertolino shaking off a leg injury, and back seeing action for the Fishermen. Fishermen 100% healthy and enjoying a 1-0 lead. Steve Curley, check. Loose puck picked up, 2-on-0. Walking in, shot wide of Cetera. Gloucester hustled back. That was Palazzola hustling back, and Duxbury had to take the first available shot. They did have for a couple of seconds a 2-on-0, but they had to rush the shot. They shot it wide of Cetera as Gloucester hustled back into the play. Amiro actually takes down Steve Curley. A little collision just inside of the Gloucester blue line. Puck ends up all the way deep in the Duxbury end. Duxbury ahead. But DeLise now picked up. Shot. Cetera. Glove save. And I'm not sure if that was going to be inside or outside of the pipe, but I am sure that Mr. Cetera has quite a glove. Try to see on the replay. And Kyle Curley thinks it might have been inside of the pipe as he goes down and gives his goaltender a congratulatory hug. And can't tell on the replay from this angle. In any event, face-off to Cetera's left, controlled by the Fishermen. Duxbury 2-on-1 for the second. The pass doesn't work though, as Orlando hustled back into the play. Cetera ends up gloving it. Again, good back checking by the Fishermen. Duxbury had a 2-on-1. Pass went a little bit wide, and Orlando hustled back to make it a 2-on-2. Face-off now comes to Cetera's right. Controlled by nobody. Now Duxbury trying to keep it in. They can't. Borowski comes up with it. Now poked away by Duxbury. Orlando first to it for the Fishermen. Now in front. Kyle Curley off the boards. And back comes Duxbury. Borowski and Curley drop the Duxbury skater, loses his stick. And the Fisherman back with Tucker. Tucker fakes a shot. And shot on the cross. Might have been on the side of the net, but he gloves it. Just over 5 minutes played in the second period. Quick goal here in the second period by Paul Muniz has put the Fishermen on top 1-0. We think it was Kyle Curley on the assist. We'll try to pick that up if we can. Duxbury ends up putting a long shot on Cetera. Steers it to the corner where Bertolino hustles over there. Duxbury down there also. Puck behind the net. Steve Curley for the Fishermen. Now Muniz. Muniz gets checked up against the boards. Muniz can't get to it. Curley pokes it away to Frontero. Frontero gets checked. Puck does come out to center right where Frontero picks it up again. Frontero has Muniz. Muniz breaking for the net. Frontero goes down deep. Parsons on this side for Gloucester. Steve Curley able to keep it in. Bogier ahead to Daniels. Daniels over the blue line. Daniels tries to swing Muniz. He can't. Drops it back to Del Petri, who can't control it. Now back to Kelly for Duxbury. Picked up by Steve Curley. Head to Muniz. Muniz on the rush. Muniz around the defenseman. Muniz shot to goal! Oh, what a beautiful goal by Paul Muniz! Prettier than the first one, if that's possible. And the crowd can't believe it. Muniz looked like he might even be swinging behind the net. The cross slid over, got in the post, and on the far post, inside goes Muniz. Oh, what a thing of beauty. Muniz actually was almost body-wise behind the net, certainly behind the goal. Woo! What? To say that was a goal scorer's goal, wow. Paul Muniz, his second goal of the game. Steve Curley on the assist. 6:30, and back on the Fishermen, 6:30 of the second period, 6:30 remaining, 8:30 remaining, 6:30 gone. And the Fishermen come back with the pressure. Palazzola and Riley along the boards. Now Duxbury finally able to get it out of there. Tucker right back in front of his own bench, up into the Duxbury area, bench area. Oh, Paul Moniz. The first one was pretty. The second one was absolutely gorgeous. You could clearly see on the replay, Moniz, I'm sure in the cross thought that he's either going to come near side or swing behind the net. He comes over to guard the pole and the post, and Moniz just puts it far side, hit the inside of the post, I'm sure, but just as nice a goal as you're going to see. Borowski with a check. Camaro picks up the loose puck. Center's out in front, covered up. They had shot on from the right side by Bertolino. Forgier was covering up in front for Duxbury, but Bertolino got a good shot off. And now back to Steve Curley at center ice. And Gloucester just relentless with the pressure. Bertolino off the boards. Duxbury has to play it out of their zone. Shot right back in again by Bertolino. And back it goes again. Bertolino again. Borowski first to it. Forgier back there. Duxbury trying to work it up the boards again. Now Forgier and Borowski converge on it. Puck still in the Duxbury end as again Gloucester is just taking control of this second period. Steve Curley, his shot, a bouncing shot, loose puck. Jason Orlando on the rebound, not quite on net. Kept in again, another shot, and hit the post! And on the rebound, goes wide by Moniz as the cross is being beleaguered as the Fishermen are completely dominating the action. Shot hit the post. His teammates back to talk to Greg Norcross, I think it is. Shot right off the face-off by Parsons, goes wide. Curley keeps it in as Duxbury just can't get it out of their own end. Fontero's shot stopped in front of the net. Finally, Duxbury gets it back out, but picked up by Kyle Curley. Shoots it right back on the cross. Moniz. Now Duxbury behind their own net, far side. Kept in on the far side by Tucker, now by Parsons. Drop for Moniz. Moniz looking for the trick. Backhanded shot stopped by Necross. Moniz backhands a pass in front, picked up by Frontero. Frontero has Moniz in front. They don't quite click. Cal Curley, though, is Gloucester just relentless. Duxbury shoots it out through center ice, relieving the pressure somewhat. Moniz first on it, picked up by Duxbury. They got a couple men in the zone who are going to have to clear. They do. Frontero has it for the Fishermen. Now poked away by Parsons. Now Frontero. Frontero walking in, crisscrossing with Moniz. Knocked loose, and Del Petrie skates it out of there for Duxbury. But Gloucester quickly with 3 men back as Moniz hustles back. That was Parsons, I'm sorry. Puck ends up back in the Duxbury end. Picked up by Riley. Riley winds up shot. Save. Puck out in front was picked up by DeLisi. And the Fishermen are just in charge in this game. They lead it 2-0, and it's been all Gloucester here in the second period. And Riley back again. Riley has it poked away. Picked up by Sherman. His shot was smothered. Riley comes up with it. He's checked from behind. Palazzola in front. Puck loose. Necross able to get a glove on it as Bertolino walked in front. Necross made the save. And I'm sure if Duxbury had any more than one timeout per game, they'd be using them now because this is complete domination by this Fisherman team. They're taking the action over totally. And the cross, as you can see, we get a replay here in the Garden, the Fleet Center. And the cross ends up making the save and gloving the loose puck, which was laying there in the crease. Palazzolo taking for it. Near boards. Riley comes in to help him out. Cleared out in front. Shot goes wide by Sherman. Corey Sherman pulled it just wide. Steve Curley, loose puck. Curley back. Curley shot. The cross makes the kick save. DeLisi puts it to center ice, and Gloucester. This is going to be very, very frustrating for Duxbury. They just can't get a down thing going. The Fisherman team is completely outskating them at this point. Puck far corner. Duxbury's looking to take the body to try to slow this Fisherman team down a little bit. Now the puck comes out to center ice. Back in again. Duxbury from behind the Gloucester net, trying a backhanded pass out front, doesn't work. Loose puck picked up and left for the point man. Now Sherman shoots at the length of the ice. They say this would be icing. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. 2 second period goals by Parmenese are giving the Fishermen a 2-0 lead. And Gloucester just absolutely, totally has taken the play away from Duxbury. 12-3, the shots here in the second period. And frankly, I'd have to take a hard look at the tape to find the three for Duxbury. Face off to Sestera's right. Jason Orlando steps in against Daniels. Orlando back behind his own net. Far side for, I think this, picked up back there by Duxbury. Shadow by Orlando. Back to the point. Shot. Now out front. Tied up nicely by Kyle Curley, though. Duxbury trying to skate it in front, but Curley, good job of poking away. Back comes Keith Amiro. Amiro shot across. Nice shot by Amiro. Orlando comes up with a loose puck. Now Curley through a screen. Loose puck. Right in front. There's a goal off a backhander. Keith Amiro off the backhander. As the cross was scrambling for it, he knew he was in trouble, but he couldn't get to it. Keith Amiro does. And the Fishermen go on top 3-0 with 2:33 remaining in the second period. The Cross knew he was in deep, deep trouble. He couldn't get to the puck as the Fishermen were all over him. You get a look at the replay. Curley puts it on net. Loose puck. And finally Amiro able to get it on his backhand, and the Cross sprawled down low, trying to get at the puck. Amiro just lifted it up over him. And Keith Amiro makes it 3-0 Gloucester. Steve Curley. Now finally Duxbury skates it out of there. We have a whistle. I think Borowski and Curley on the assist, Kyle Curley. Curley had the original shot from the point that started things. Then the Cross just did all he could to try to get out there at the loose puck, but Keith Amiro could see it, worked it to his backhand, lifted it up very nicely. The Cross sprawled on the ice. Penalty against Duxbury, so Gloucester goes on the power play with 2:03 remaining in the second period. And this is what Duxbury does not need, with the Fishermen clearly in control, leading it 3-0. Now they go down a man. Muniz goes back to the point on the power play. We'll set the power play unit for you as soon as we can. Should be the one that we normally see. We'll see Fontero, Parsons, Muniz. Parsons! And loose puck! Amiro trying to poke at it. The Cross looked over his shoulder. He didn't know where it was. The puck squirted free, but it was out of sight for long enough to draw a whistle. Muniz to Parsons. Parsons shot across. Nice save. Good quick wrist shot by Parsons. Now Amiro drops it back behind the net where Parsons picks it up. Back to Amiro. Amiro walking it in front. Knocked away by Duxbury. Parsons comes up with it again. Amiro again trying to walk it in front. He's checked. Parsons comes up with a loose puck. Back to Muniz. Muniz back to Parsons. Parsons shot on the cross, and he makes a save and covers up. Tucker, Rusty Tucker is the point man on defense on the other side as we have 38 seconds remaining on the power play for the Fishermen. 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the second period. Gloucester, a totally dominating second period. Both teams pretty even in the first period, but it's been all Gloucester here in the second. They lead it 3-0. Amiro wins the draw, but Duxbury comes up with a loose puck. They can't clear it out of the zone now. Now they finally do. Tucker back there to cover up as we're under 30 seconds on the power play. Frontero avoids a check, loses the puck. Muniz, far side to Tucker. Tucker ahead to Frontero. Frontero over the blue line. Frontero skating deep. Check. Knocked down. Loose puck. Picked up by Duxbury. They can't control it though. And clearing pass hits the referee, so break for the Fishermen. Now Duxbury off the boards. Back to the point where Muniz picks it up. Up to Parsons. And in front for Amiro, looking for his second goal. Now in front again for Parsons. One time it goes wide. Power play is over for the Fishermen. Duxbury back at full strength. Montero in front as Parsons. They don't connect. And Duxbury's just trying to get it out of there to get the pressure off. They can't do it. Muniz keeps it in at the point as we're under 10 seconds remaining in the period. Now puck finally out of there. Duxbury is going to take an icing, and the horn sounds, though, before the icing can be called. Great second period for the Fishermen as they head for their locker room. 3 second period goals. They lead it 3-0. We will be back for third period action.
Come visit our new user-friendly showroom at Glover's Floor Covering.
We pride ourselves on getting the job done on time and will work to meet your deadlines. Our many years of experience makes it easy to help our customers choose what's right for them.
We won't allow our customers to make the wrong choice. You can trust our opinion.
We're the only dealer on the North Shore to carry this new, unique, colorful flooring.
People look to Mac when they want to feel fit. Our first-rate facility puts the fit in fitness.
And we put the good in feeling good. Plus,
there's even a babysitting service. Mac, total fitness and wellness.
Back to the Fleet Center, third period action about to get underway. Gloucester 1 period away from their second state Division II title, and judging by that second period in which the Gloucester Fishermen completely dominated the Duxbury Green Dragons, outshooting them 19-3, outscoring them 3-0 after scoreless first period. Goals in the second period, 2 by Paul Muniz, and again, I just hope that we get a real good look at those because they were just goal scorers goals. Muniz quickly in the beginning of the period to make it 1-0, 36 seconds in. And then midway through the period, the assist on the first one, if we could pick it up correctly, was Kyle Curley. The second one was just as pretty a goal as you're going to see on any level. I don't care where you see it. And as Muniz went in deep and got it far side, and Necross did what he's supposed to do when somebody comes in that deep, covered up the post, but Muniz saw his opening, took advantage, and made it 2-0 with the assist going to Steve Curley as we heard it. And then Keith Amiro, a nice job. Puck loose in front of Necross down and out. And Amiro gets it on his backhand, lifts it up over him as we're underway in the third period. And Borowski and Kyle Curley assisting on the Amiro goal. So that's where we stand as we start the third period. J.D. McCaffrey, Bob McGlinchey up above the ice, way up above the ice as Necross now puts the glove on Tosh Balze. over behind what is now the Duxbury net, and hoping to get some more action here in the third period, and we can splice that in and put together a nice little keepsake for these Gloucester players. But we still got 15 minutes of action. 8 seconds actually gone by, 18 seconds. As Gloucester, Parsons in the cross, nice save. Second best save of the game, although Mr. Soteras had a relatively puck-free evening, as they've only put 9 shots on him. He did make an absolutely outstanding glove save. But Gloucester just completely dominating the second period action as they come back out here with a jump, start the third period. I don't know what Coach Knowlton told him between the first and the second period, but it certainly worked. Third period, Menez out front looking for the hat trick. Patero on the rebound. Shot to goal. No red light, but there doesn't have to be as they celebrate behind the net. I couldn't see the puck go in as the cross was down in the crease area. Try to look at it on the replay. Red light never came on, but clearly it lost a goal to begin the third period as they lead it 4-0. 58 seconds played. Puck poked home, we think. Now we got it. I hope they show that again. Let's listen for the announcement. Not clear who might have gotten a piece of that. Face-off. Duxbury dumped it into the Gloucester end. It was Will Frontero. Menez and Palazzola. Backhanded shot by Sherman, puck loose, side of the net. The cross. McCross is saying, please, guys, help me out. Get this puck out of here. And finally, Duxbury able to. Menez and Palazzola on the assist on the Frontero goal. So 3-point night for Paul Menez. The Fishermen lead it 4-0. Riley checked up against the boards in front of the Duxbury bench. Zarella keeps it going into the Gloucester end. Steve Curley first to it. Wigmore keep it in. Now Zarella keeps it in. Now Wigmore again for Duxbury. He's down on the ice. Puck splits the defenseman all the way back to center ice. Shot back into the Gloucester end by Fogier. Borowski can't get to it. Now Keith Amiro is going to chase it down. He has one of the 4 Gloucester goals. Puck picked up by Wigmore. He loses it as Duxbury wants to change. Keith Amiro shoots it in wide. Now shot behind the net by Fogier. Skated out by Duxbury as they dump it in and they want to change. Dumped in by Lisi, I think it is. Not sure. Tucker. And Kyle Curley. Curley head to Amiro. He overskates it. Cully can't keep it in for Duxbury. Now Cully tries to get to it. Kyle Curley fakes, driving around the board. Leaves the puck. Now it goes behind the net. And skated out by Menez. Kept in by Cully. Tucker lays a check on Monahan. Shot! Through a screen, but Sotera, no problem. Cully keeps it in. Now goes over to the far side from Monahan. Now skated out by the Fishermen. Menez avoids a check. Now Menez picks up a loose puck. Menez checked. Picked up by Nigerian. Nigerian gets checked by Orlando. Picked up by Duxbury. Back they come, but this is a 2-on-3 as Gloucester's Jason Orlando hustles back in. Helps Bertolino and Kyle Curley slow things down. Del Preti loses it around the boards, and they think this will be icing as nobody touched it. Went the length of the ice. Face-off will come back to Soterra's right. 10:33 remaining in the third period. 4-0, Gloucester lead. And Mr. Necross, Greg Necross, listed as a junior, came in with a 2.45 goals against. I don't know how he fared during the tournament, but I don't think he's seen an attack like he saw in that second period from the Fishermen. And then right back again starting the third period. Puck behind Soterra in the Gloucester net. Over here on the far side. Now back to center ice. Stopped by Soterra behind his own net. Picked up by Steve Curley. This pass was intercepted. Curley hustles back there though. Make sure no harm. Now shot right into Curley by Heath. And back come the Fishermen. They say no icing as Amiro goes after it with Faugier. Far side, Faugier and Parsons go after the puck. Faugier comes up with it for Duxbury. And they say no icing here. Steve Curley behind his own net. Heath in trying to forecheck him. Curley able to get it out of the zone though. Shot right back in by Kelly. As Duxbury tries to regain some sort of a territorial advantage. But here comes Palazzolo, shot, follows it up, loose puck, shot, goes wide by Bertolino. I think the cross got a piece of it. Nice effort by Palazzolo. Now he walks in from the other side, puts it up in front. As Gloucester, we said that Duxbury is trying to establish some territorial advantage for himself, but Gloucester comes back and gets all over the cross again. And in comes Riley. Riley walking in, pulls the cross. Can a goal! Kevin Riley for the far side as the cross can't recover. And Riley makes it 5-0 Gloucester. Riley walked it in. The cross made the initial save. Riley went after it. Nobody went with him. The cross still lying there. And Riley put the shot right back on him. And the cross got a piece of it, deflected it into the net. Palazzolo on the assist. PA announcer, we can't pick up the fact that he's having trouble with Palazzolo. But Kevin Riley walked in on the cross, got a shot off. The cross gets a piece of it. Riley follows it up over to the far side and just puts it back on the cross, who did get a piece of it while lying on the ice, but if anything, may have even deflected into the net. And Gloucester goes on top 5-0. Riley again shoots it wide. Sherman over here, he and Tucker converge on it. Now goes far side. Duxbury. Kyle Curley chases it down. Cal gets dumped. Far corner Parsons takes a check. Back to the point where it's kept in by Steve Curley. Behind the net. We're just about halfway through the third period, and the Fishermen, after a scoreless first period, have completely dominated the action for the second and third period. They lead it 5-0. Fontero has Meniz in front. Meniz drops it back to Bertolino. Somebody got a piece of Bertolino's stick. Meniz feeding Bertolino. Meniz had the opportunity to get the hat trick. He saw Bertolino breaking for the net. dropped it back to him. Somebody just got a piece of Vincent's stick as Necross gloves it with Fontero bearing down on him. And Bertolino just couldn't get enough on it. Nice drop pass by Meniz. They're announcing that a special express train to leave 20 minutes after this game. I think you're going to have a tough time getting the Fisherman faithful out of here after this one. Unless we see the most dramatic turnaround in high school hockey, Gloucester having outshot Duxbury 28-5 over the last 2 periods. And they get another goal off the faceoff. Jason Alondo wins the faceoff. Puck loose, and he slips it past across to make it 6-0. Alondo won the faceoff. We need to take a look at the replay on that one. Unassisted, as it should be. Jason won the faceoff. Puck slid a little bit to his right. He just pounced on it, put a nice little shot on Necross. I think Necross at this point would just soon see if there was a backup goaltender, because here they come again. The Fisherman shot and a rebound. Shot by Amiro, rebound by Borowski. And we have a whistle. And I think we may be looking at our second penalty of the game. This one will be against the Fishermen. They did have a power play earlier in the game. Only the second penalty. Pretty much, well, I was going to say up and down action, but for the second and third periods, it's been down action. Down in the Duxbury end has just been absolutely, positively all Gloucester. Three second period goals, 3 third period goals. They're down a man, but there's only 6:38 remaining. And Duxbury, I doubt very, very seriously has the wherewithal to do anything against this Fisherman team at this point. We'll see how they do on the power play. We got Meniz, Parsons, Tucker, and Steve Curley, the penalty killers. Steve Curley, fine job all season killing penalties. And a strong point of the Fishermen. One of their many strong points is Meniz intercepts the point-to-point pass, puts it into the Duxbury end, comes down to do some forechecking. Daniels up the boards now through center ice. Comes, we must have 2 Daniels. We do, Brian and Tom. Foot race. Tucker and Faugier. Faugier gets back there first, but Tucker stays after him. Now the puck loose, picked up by Brian Daniels. He skates out of his own zone. Sorella shot wide of Cetera over the far side for Wigmore. Wigmore checked up against the boards. Meniz gets to it for the Fishermen and just drives it length of the ice. Down under 10 seconds, and Duxbury absolutely nothing to show for that power play. Coming down on 5 minutes. We can safely say 5 minutes remaining in the game. Borowski avoids the check, comes up with the puck. Borowski walks it in. Now goes through the crease where Orlando picked it up, but he couldn't quite control it. Bertolino. Now Duxbury comes out of the zone. Pass in front. Eludes Cully. Cully has to go to the corner for it. Now puck in front, and Cetera covers it up as Duxbury put a pass out in front of the net, but nobody there but Fisherman. Announcing that there will be a special award presentation at the end of the game. We'll stay on for that. because we know where the award's going. Pay attention here as we see Coach Knowlton getting on his bench a little bit. Nate Novello, senior, seeing his last game, gets to take a shift to 2 in the Fleet Center. Tucker, Riley. I'm sure Coach Knowlton has 2 objectives in mind. One, everybody that get up here in a Gloucester uniform see some ice time at the Fleet Center, and 2, preserve the shutout for his fine goaltender, Peter Cetera. Long shot, Cetera just steers it to the corner. Kyle Curley keeps it going. Novello pokes it past a forechecker out to center ice as we're down to just about 4 minutes remaining. Try to see anybody and everybody that gets out there for the Fishermen. Kyle Curley, another senior, just good, solid, outstanding season for Kyle Curley. And Novello gets dumped behind the net as he's trying to put the puck in front. Now Moniz comes in there to help out. Frontero in front. Moniz kicks it. Moniz wheeling. Moniz still wheeling in front. Now back to the point. Shot by Steve Curley, goes wide. Moniz avoids one check, but he gets dropped. Now Necross kicks it away. Duxbury finally able to get it out through center ice. Kyle Curley chases it down for the Fishermen. Gloucester skating just 4 seniors. Kyle Curley, Jason Orlando, Rusty Tucker, and Nate Novello. And Cetera gets a glove on that. That was probably a little bit wide. They call it a shot on net. Just how dominating have the Fishermen been for these 2 periods? 30-7 as they're going to make a change. And Mr. Greg Necross, I don't think saw too much of the likes of the Fishermen up till this particular game. And just far too much. Again, 30 shots on him in 2 periods, and there's nothing you're going to do about that. Particularly when you have the goal scorers that the Fishermen do and just able to take advantage. And now we're going to see a change. All right. Steve Philbrook comes on for the Fishermen in a standing and a well-deserved standing ovation for Peter Cetera as a junior netminder onto the Gloucester bench. Assistant coach Jack Alexander, Kim Philbrook, the other assistant coach, over to congratulate him. His teammates over to congratulate him. I think they want to, I'm not sure if where they make a change like this. No, apparently they can't warm the goaltenders up. So Fishermen complete the change as we see Mike Appleton out at defense for Gloucester, number 12. Will Frontero takes the draw. Steve Curley. Philbrook in the Gloucester net, the other junior goaltender. Outstanding story in the Gloucester Daily Times the other day. Cetera and Philbrook, best of buddies, and it's kind of tough when you're both vying for the same position. Coach Knowlton felt that Cetera had earned it, and Peter certainly justified his coach's confidence in him as he has enjoyed an outstanding junior season. Unfortunately, the coaches in the Northeastern Conference didn't think he was a conference all-star, but I think when he gets to skate the trophy around here in a couple of minutes, he's not going to worry about conference all-star. He's got a state title. And those are the things that you remember. Philbrook makes a glove save. 2:21 remaining in the game. I'm sure also Coach Knowlton will try to have his seniors on the ice. I can see that it's Kyle Curley back out there. Rusty Tucker, 2 of the seniors. Out comes Parsons and Amiro, along with Frontero, as we're down just over 2 minutes remaining. Duxbury, loose puck. Duxbury walking in. Philbrook save. Nice one. Tucker behind his own net as we're just down to the 2-minute mark exactly. Now away come the fishermen. Fontero in. I haven't been able to pick up the number of the new goaltender for Duxbury. I think it's Riggins, a freshman goalie. We did see some action during the season. Mr. Necross for Duxbury saw far too many fishermen and too much action for the second and third periods. Gloucester just took this one over. And they are a minute and 30 seconds from the second Division II state title. 1993, the first one, with Mike Intermonti in the net. And a good, solid supporting cast out front of him on the rebound. Goes wide. That was Novello. Senior would have loved to have that one to remember his senior year. Tucker's shot hit a skate. It was down to a minute. As now we have Zach Morrissey out there seeing some action for the fishermen. And also Andy Zergabel. Mr. Z had a big smile on his face today, looking forward to the trip to the fleet. And he gets a shift in a state tournament game. As we're down to 38 seconds, the fishermen up on the dasher, ready to celebrate. As now I think we have Jason Alando back out there, senior, enjoying the last few seconds of his high school career on the ice. As the puck goes into the Duxbury end, we're down to 15 seconds. The Gloucester fans, and we can't even begin to estimate, but there's got to be at least 4,000 here, if not more, all up on their feet, all in savoring the moment. Down to 5 seconds, 4, 3, and we have a whistle at 4.8. As Jason Alando will take the last face-off of the 97-98 championship season. I think this may be Coakley out there at defense, so I'm sure that everybody who had Danny Diamond. So now the fishermen onto the ice to celebrate. Sticks are flying, gloves are off. And Gloucester has done what they set out to do. They won the state Division II hockey title with a resounding 6-0 victory over the Duxbury Green Dragons. Duxbury was able to go with it for a period, but after that, it was just all Gloucester. As 3 second period goals, 36 seconds into the period, Paul Muniz, we just let the camera get a good look at the fishermen as they line up to shake hands. Peter Sagisi is going to be first in line, the Duxbury coach. Now the fishermen come through the line. Just to recap quickly, we're going to stay on for the trophy presentation. And while the teams go through the lines, we'll recap it as Paul Muniz appropriately gets the fishermen on the board 36 seconds into the second period. Assist on that as we have it to Kyle Curley. And again, we have to apologize. We can't pick up the assist. We think we have them, and we hope we're correct. The second goal was Muniz just over midway through the second period. His second of the game for the fishermen. Assist there by Steve Curley. And with 2:23 remaining in the period, what I think just sent Duxbury into the locker room with a message that they had seen the better team, and the better team were the fishermen. Keith Amiro from right out in front made sure that he got it on his backhander, lifted up over the Duxbury goalie. Assist there to Borowski and Kyle Curley. And again, that second period, 19-3 shots on net. Completely, totally, just all the fishermen's way. And then into the third period, and just less than a minute into the period, Will Fontero in a scramble makes it 4-0. Muniz gets the assist, his third point of the game, and the other assist goes to Mike Pelizzola. And then again, just over midway through the third period, the goal by Kevin Riley Again, hustled by Kevin, stayed after a loose puck, put it back on the cross. The cross couldn't do anything about it. The assist there to Palazzola, and then with 7 minutes remaining in the game, Jason Orlando, as hard a working kid as you're going to find. Bring the lunch pail, that's what Jason does. And I got to give him a little extra plug. He's a skate guy for us up at the rink, and just a darn good kid. And the kid that maybe gets a little overshadowed here with some of his teammates, but no overshadowing Jason as he won the face-off, went after the loose puck, and gave the Fishermen their 6th goal. That stands up, and we see Duxbury as the runners-up getting their trophy. And I think it's safe to say, and it was said by a number of people when they walked out of the Merrimack rink a couple of weeks ago, that the path to the state title went through the Northeastern Conference as Gloucester beat Saugus in as fine a high school Division II game as you're going to see. And as Peter Cetera, and again, we've said it 101 times, but you are not going to do it without a goaltender. Gloucester had the goaltender, they had Mr. Cetera, they had the people in front of them that could take care of the things that had to be taken care of. And Gloucester came out of that game against Saugus with a 4-2 win, and that gave them the momentum as they're getting their ward down below us. So I can't pick up the presentation. I'm sure Coach Dana Knowlton will be stepping out there, along with Paul Muniz, Rob Parsons, Steve Curley, Coach Knowlton with the trophy as captains as they step around to their right, as the cameras are there, and now the Fishermen jump into the picture, and pictures well deserved. Great shot of the Fishermen up on the scoreboard high overhead. But again, back to that Saugus game, you just had to know that whoever came out of there probably had a leg up. It was the Fishermen, and again, the momentum that carried through the rest of the way, and here they are, and they've earned it. They're celebrating it. There's always been some controversy surrounding the Gloucester team because of the Finnish lads in the lineup. There's not a Finn out there tonight, and all this out there right now is Gloucester kids celebrating, skating the trophy around. And to the Gloucester coaching staff, Dana Knowlton, Jack Alexander, Kim Philbrook, congratulations on a job well done. And for the Gloucester kids, just up and down, 3 solid lines, certainly with a Paul Muniz and a Rob Parsons in your lineup. You know you got the guys that are going to get you the offense. Peter Cetera back in the goal. And again, if there's a better goaltender around, I want to see him, because I think I saw enough hockey, and I think I've talked to enough people that know their hockey. Mr. Cetera is the real deal, and with the supporting cast that he had, just up and down the line, and we'll run through some names as we keep the camera on the Gloucester team, but I don't want to slight anybody, but again, Orlando, Borowski, Riley, Kucher, the Curleys, Stephen Kyle, Rob Parsons, as we've mentioned, Mike Palazzola, Vincent Bertolino, shaking off an injury. How the heck he was even out there. I saw him after the injury. He could barely walk, and just shook that off, and just out there and did the job. Will Frontero, Rusty Tucker, Peter Cetera, Steve Philbrook coming on, getting some action, and again, just great story. Philbrook and Cetera, best of buddies, and Cetera won the nod, and Cetera got the job done. But Mr. Philbrook able to get a little taste of it as we see the team again, the obligatory 1,001 pictures, and they deserve every one of them. Keith DeMiro and Paul Muniz, Kyle Curley, and kids that probably didn't get a spotlight, but still part of what went on. As we mentioned, Andy Zergabel, Zach Morrissey, Mike Appleton, who saw some early action and saw action later in the season. Nate Novello, a senior, and just went through, and is going to have some great memories about his senior year at Gloucester High School. And again, a couple of Danny Diamond, and I'm sorry if I'm going to miss anybody here. Corey Sherman, certainly, if we missed him in the first go-through. but just absolutely fantastic. The fishermen back to pick up the equipment. Savor what went on. Again, we mentioned just 4 seniors that saw action for the fishermen, contributors all, but you have to think that the future is bright for the fishermen, looking ahead to the Northeastern Conference next year, and hopefully we can look forward to a return trip here to the Fleet Center. I've enjoyed it. For Tosh Balsay, for Bob McGlinchey, and for New England Cablevision, this is J.D. McCaffrey saying till next time. And again, saluting the Gloucester Fishermen, Division II State Champions. So long.